When nature and art intersect, the results can be majestic. At Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden, the towering artistic sculptures of Mark di Suvero intermingle with the towering natural sculptures of graceful palm trees.
When you come to Fairchild, you look at the pieces and you stand back, or you take in the art, the landscape, and you understand it from a very organic perspective. It settles into the landscape and it becomes part of the landscape. So again, it's that great marriage of art and nature together.
In the last few years, Fairchild has really been transformed because many of us have been out here for 30 or 40 years looking at the world's most famous tropical botanic garden and seeing every tree as a piece of sculpture. So it was sensational to see Mark di Suvero out here setting his sculpture and all of a sudden see sculpture against sculpture. One man's foreground became another man's background. People came to see art, they saw the plants in the background. People came to see the plants, they saw the art as the background. It was an incredible thing just to watch people watch.
Mark di Suvero is a poet and a philosopher, and he's constantly thinking and imagining and growing with his art. All his sculpture is very personal. Here, this piece appeals to me because it's so kinetic. That big round drum that you see moves. If you're strong enough, you can get it to really pull and take. So you can sit on top and walk on it and make it spin. They're all about movement, and that's one of the most exciting things with Mark.
In the 1960s, the young Mark di Suvero was a construction worker, paralyzed in a job site accident. He spent a year in a wheelchair, but learned to walk again. Now, one of the world's preeminent artists, he operates a crane and does all the welding himself.
His sculpture needs space, and what better place than an 83-acre tropical botanic garden? Mark di Suvero came to look at the garden, and he spent a lot of time here. He spent 2 whole days walking around and looking and investigating, and then came back and said, these are the pieces you should have.
Mark is a really nice person. Above being a great artist, he's also a really kind and egalitarian person. He's a nice man. And when he was here for a visit, we saw the pieces, and he was here painting with kids and students and stuff, and we made a book for him. We sent him a photo book of all the images of the kids painting and his works. He just tries to connect things for people, try and make things relevant, and try and make them interesting and smart, and yet very poignant and personal. So I think that's his real magic. Aside from being a beautiful artist, I think he tries to really connect with people.
This current exhibition will be on display until May. It features 5 massive steel installations.
This piece behind me is called Neruda's Gate, and Mr. di Suvero very frequently pays homage to many artists and philosophers and writers and poets. And this piece is in homage to Pablo Neruda, the Chilean poet. It's a perfect squared off angle to eternity, essentially. When you stand on the long view of the piece and you look down to the garden, you just can see forever.
Blending art and nature is a hallmark at Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden. In recent years, they've exhibited the glass sculpture of Dale Chihuly, the work of pop art icon Roy Lichtenstein, and of Colombian sculptor Fernando Botero.
In the beginning, we of course went out and found the artists. In the near future, you're going to see a number of name artists come to Fairchild because now the artists are contacting Fairchild and wanting to show their art in a great tropical background.
Fairchild can be anything to all people. It could be a quiet afternoon, it could be a busy event, it could be an art exhibition, it could be a place where you learn how to care for a rainforest or butterfly gardening, and anything. It's just this magical place where all wondrous things can happen. And so what I want people to walk away with is enjoy the outdoors. Don't take things for granted. Plants are essential to life. Enjoy art. Enjoy the beauty of the simple things in life, and just come out here and have a good afternoon, a good morning, a good evening. Just take it all in and just come back over and over again, because things are always changing, things are always growing, things are always evolving, and it's really a magical experience every single time you come to Fairchild.
Stroll through the gardens by day and you'll see rays of sunlight bouncing off metal beams that reach like cathedral spires to the heavens. Or visit the garden by night and see a different but equally dramatic palette as rays of moonlight cast spotlights and shadows.
To learn more about the art at Fairchild Garden, visit fairchild.org.
The preceding program was a production of WLRN Public Television.